Alright, returning to the usual order of things, I'm going to give you my advice on how to get an A star in English literature. As always, for context, my grade at the beginning of year 12 was a B. My target grade predicted for my GCSEs was an A, my predicted grade was an A star, and my end grade was an A star. Now, English was my hardest subject, okay? So I really do empathise with you if you're struggling with it, because it's hard, okay? One of the best ways that I kind of improved my grade was by looking at the mark schemes. I've said this every video, but mark schemes, legendary. What my teacher used to do in class was he would give us past essays that he's marked, then he'd give us the mark scheme, and then he'd tell us to mark it off the basis of the mark scheme. By doing this, it got us to sit in the position of the examiner and think about how they would be thinking when they're marking an essay. So that meant when it came to actually sitting down and writing an essay, I had in the back of my mind the expectations the examiner had, so I could tailor my essay to that to get the best grades possible. So read those mark schemes, look at what gets you the marks, and then compare it to your essays that you write. So I don't know if they do this on all courses, but we had to learn on my course something called literary theory. So these would be theories in approach to literature in different kind of political ideologies like Marxism, feminism, ecologism, etc. Now these were useful in my coursework, which was based on these two theories, but I actually found them really useful also when I was writing my essays, because I could refer to the text and be like, well, it could be looked at through this angle, and then there we go, we've got a unique take. Also, just taking the time to research little quotes from critics on a piece of work, particularly I found in poetry. When I talked about Blake, I often referred to a critical analysis of it, and it just added an extra flair, something else for the examiner to look at. What they really want in English is independent takes, and I'm not saying far-fetched takes, I'm saying takes that seem very intellectual and quite unique. So that means you need to spend time with the book that you're reading, or the poetry or anything like that. Spend time with it, develop your own ideas about it. When you're reading it, what are you thinking? What are your impressions? Reread it multiple times and kind of generate your own ideas about it and see if you can expand on them, because by doing that, being imaginative and creative in your takes towards a book can really separate you from the rest of the crowd. Practice reacting to unseen. Unseen is hard, so just practice. Practice makes perfect when it comes to English. I might make a part 2 if I remember anything else, but for now, best of luck if you're taking English literature. It's so fun, you're gonna love it.